Bill Gates once saved Apple from bankruptcy. Yes, you have heard it right. Almost 20 years ago from today, Bill Gates saved Apple, the greatest rival of Microsoft. So how did exactly Bill Gates do it? And why did he save his own rival from drowning? Apple is the biggest tech company in the world today. They are arguably the most famous company in history. In recent years, Apple achieved more than one could have ever imagined. Apple was one of the first company to have a net worth of $1 trillion. But Apple wasn't always successful. 20 years ago, the company was going through its darkest period. Apple was on the verge of bankruptcy, and Steve Jobs was left helpless at that time. Steve Jobs might be the father of Apple, but he was not the man who saved the company at that time. It was Bill Gates, the famous owner of Microsoft and the greatest rival of Apple at that time. Just one historic move from Bill Gates saved Apple from bankruptcy. According to Steve Jobs, Apple was in a very serious trouble, and there were too many people at Apple and in Apple's ecosystem playing games. Apple wasn't going to beat Microsoft. The company forgot its own identity. Apple didn't have to beat Microsoft. People working in Apple forgot what Apple was. Jobs knew the company's end was near. And to survive in the market, Steve Jobs needed funds. He needed an investor, but no one was ready to invest. Jobs had to let go of his ego. He had to step out of the competition. He contacted his greatest rival, Bill Gates, for help. After a few days, Steve Jobs made an astonishing announcement. Someone had made $150 million of investment in Apple. Everyone in Apple was filled with joy. So who was the investor? It was Bill Gates. His company Microsoft had invested fresh $150 million in Apple. Bill Gates came out as the savior of the company. Some of Microsoft's colleagues didn't support his move. Most of them wanted Apple to drown. They thought it was the perfect opportunity for Microsoft's monopoly in the market because Apple was Microsoft's greatest competitor. But Bill Gates thought differently. In the year 1997 Macworld Boston conference, the whole audience booed Bill Gates because Bill Gates could have easily erased Apple. But he did the exact opposite thing. Bill Gates invested in Apple not only to save it, but because he saw a new business opportunity. Bill Gates was no saint. He was a businessman at the end of the day. As part of the deal, Apple had to agree to drop a lawsuit accusing Microsoft of copying its operating system. However, Bill Gates did save Apple no matter what the deal was, and Steve Jobs didn't forget to thank Bill for this. This is what Steve Jobs told Bill Gates after the investment. Bill, thank you. The world's a better place. In 2007, Bill Gates was asked in a conference whether he regrets saving Apple, because today Apple is bigger than ever. But he replied that he doesn't regret it. He said, "That deal has worked out very well. It's been a great business for us." Apple's net worth is now $1.3 trillion. Bill Gates' net worth is over $115 billion now. Bill Gates proved one important thing that day. You don't need to eliminate competitors to win. There's always a healthy way to compete.